Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV, my name is Alex and we're outside Stamford Bridge. You're about to watch the fan cams, but before you do, a little shout out to the sponsor for this video, Match Bingo. If you haven't heard of Match Bingo, it's very simple. It's bingo, except without playing numbers, you play with in-game stats, things that happen in a match, goals, corners, things like that. If those things happen and you have those on your bingo cards, you scratch them out. The more lines you win, the more money you make, okay? 35% of the money they make goes to the Stroke Association, so you are helping a good cause. And to be honest with you guys, a lot of people don't want the hassle. They just want to have a bit of fun. So download the link in the description, guys. Download Match Bingo. Let us know how you get on. If you DM the channel, we'll give you a shout out, because it's always nice to see a few success stories, if there are any, and let me know how you get on. Click the link below. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex. I'm standing outside Stamford Bridge with Charlie after a 2-2 draw against Burnley. This was meant to be a walk in the park. This was meant to be, let's just say, the second easiest game that you could have in the Premier League. Maybe Sheffield's a little bit easier, but there's not much in it, right? Vincent Kompany, he's got them playing good football, but how the hell have Burnley got a draw, a 2-2 draw today at Stamford Bridge? I don't get it.
Should have beaten us as well. That geezer hit the bar at the end from a corner as well. Mate, not good enough. Simply not good enough. There's zero excuses for this day. Burnley are 19th in the fucking table. They won 4 games of football all season, right? And you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to come, they're going to sit behind the ball. They will have a bit more of a go because Kompany gets them playing football. But ultimately, mate, the quality they've got on the pitch, there's zero excuses for losing this game. Absolutely no excuses whatsoever. No excuse for the manager, no excuse for the players. It's complete disgrace today. To not only go ahead twice in a game against 10 men and get pegged back twice as well. Mate, we're not going to win many games of football if we defend in the way that we're defending. That's 2 goals conceded, mate, in each of our last 5 games. 2 against Brentford, 2 against Leeds, 2 against Leicester, 2 against Newcastle, 2 against Burnley today. We're not going to win any matches. I don't care how many fucking goals we score. I don't care how much better we are going forward, how much we've improved in that aspect. We're not going to win games if we're letting in an average of 2 goals per game. What the fuck's happened to us defensively? It's April and players are still getting free headers in the fucking box. Where's the structure? Where's the organisation? This geezer from Brentford, fuck getting him in the summer, pay some few extra millions, get him right now. We need him now. Because every time the ball goes into the box, mate, we look like conceding. We're a shambles. Absolute shambles.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not defending Poch, but when it comes to set pieces, you have a set piece coach.
We haven't got one.
No, I know, but you're supposed to have one, right? We had the guy who went to Bayern Munich. I forgot his name.
Anthony Barry.
Yeah, and right now our goalkeeping coach is in charge of set pieces.
Yeah, but regardless of who's in charge of the set pieces, how as a group of players on the pitch, right? Are you setting up to defend a set piece and someone's getting a free header? What's going on there? Where's the communication? Where's someone saying, oh, you need to pick up that man? Why is there a free man in the box from headers still? And as I said, every time the ball goes into the box now, we look like conceding. It's panic stations and it's just shit. It's not good enough, mate.
I mean, is it man marking or is it zonal?
I don't know what it is, mate. It's no fucking marking, because every time there's free players and every time we're looking like we're shitting ourselves and a ball goes in the box. And so today should have been, mate, back from the international break. Our record after international breaks is not good, to be honest, but you look at that, we've got a run of 4 games coming up now, and you're thinking, right, this is a chance to really push up the table, get some good points on the board. And the next 4, Burnley today, Man United at home on Thursday, Sheffield United away, and then Everton at home. You're thinking that's the minimum 10 points. Really should be 12 points if we're being serious. But minimum 10 points, you're thinking. We have now have to win the next 3 to hit 10 points from those winnable games. Are we going to do that? No, we're probably not going to do that. And, the league's open at the moment still. Like, somehow we're still in with a chance of qualifying for the Europa League. But if we keep making more mistakes like this, it's fucking shocking. It's absolutely terrible, mate. So I don't know what to say about it. It's just unacceptable, mate. Where's the fight? Where's the desire? There was none. Second half again. What is going on? First half we weren't great. Average, penalty is 50-50, I think we're a bit fortunate to get that. I don't think it's a red card either, but, and we get it. We obviously converted from Palmer. Where would we be without him? We'd be in big trouble.
21 goal contributions this season.
Yeah, mate, he's been exceptional, absolutely exceptional. But I don't know, mate. You can't blame this sort of shit on inexperience. Oh, we're inexperienced. Inexperience doesn't excuse not being able to mark someone at a fucking set piece. Inexperience doesn't excuse not being able to break down a team with 10 men that, we've got more than enough quality to do. Poch actually went for it with the subs, taking Caicedo off, putting Sterling on, leaving a lot of forward-thinking players on the pitch. Yeah, okay, it was just Enzo playing in midfield and we maybe left a little bit exposed, but it's just so poor, mate. So fucking poor. And it's inexcusable in my opinion, mate. Yeah. Inexcusable.
So who ultimately takes the blame? Because I know we talk about everyone, but what's your highlight?
I don't think there's an individual or an individual at fault for us not winning today. As a collective, all not good enough. But mate, we weren't good enough today from the players on the pitch and the manager. Everyone wasn't good enough. We could have held on and we would have won 2-1. That would have been, would have taken the 3 points on that. And yes, it is all about, getting the points on the board rather than the performances. But let's be honest, mate. Even if we'd won today, would we have really deserved that? Would we be coming out of here saying, yeah, do you know what, we played well and that you can see where we're going? I said this after the Fulham game at home ages ago when we won 1-0. This sort of football's not sustainable that we're playing. And that still rings true now, mate. The football we're playing is not sustainable. It simply isn't. So until something has to change, otherwise, mate, this is just going to keep happening, the same thing over and over again. Yeah. And I would also say, mate, I've got to be honest, and this includes myself, because obviously I'm going to the games. Bro, the support is fucking awful. Mate, we're so quiet today. That Burnley away end, right? Smaller allocation than usual because they didn't fill it. So it was it was only a small part of the shed. Bro, they're making more noise than us. What's that about? Every fan base that comes here makes more noise than us. The away support for us is decent because it's the hardcore. Bro, the support at Stamford Bridge is dreadful. It is shocking and it has to improve because you've got to get behind the team, get behind the players. It's just too quiet. Too many people just not supporting or not making any noise, not doing anything. That's a problem, mate. That is a big problem as well.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better with the season tickets going up. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any sympathy from the ownership, but we'll have to wait and see for that. I mean, what do you make about the growing tension between the fans and the owners? Because it is rising slowly, bit by bit, and the shift is going from Pochettino, especially over the international break. I didn't hear much about him. It was all about Clearlake and Bowley and what they've been doing.
Yeah, look, it's obviously not ideal. You can understand why it's happening. The results on the pitch aren't great, so it further highlights the problems. Look, I think there's legitimate concerns that have been raised by various fan groups. I doesn't think it helps them going back and forth against each other. But yeah, I just think a bit more open communication from the ownership would be beneficial. But will we get that? I don't know. But one thing that the supporters have got to do is all unite and all be together and pulling in the same direction, because having a civil war between the fan base is not helping anyone. It's creating a very division that we're trying to stop happening. But I just the fact that we can't beat Burnley at home 10 men for over 45 minutes, that kind of just sums up where we are. That's vintage Chelsea today, mate. Just go up twice and just concede stupid goals. 1 week we're good, 1 week we're shit, and that's still ringing true in April. There's still a lack of consistency, and you'd expect a little bit better, you'd expect a little bit more, and we just didn't get that. We just didn't get it. I'll be honest, mate. I've got to the point now of Conor Gallagher where in certain games, mate, we can't be starting him. You're not going to be a serious football team. You're playing Conor Gallagher as a number 10. You're not. You know what he's going to give you. You know what he's going to give you. But ultimately, mate, as a 10, it's not working. You should have had for me. I like the lineup, but it should have been Enzo, Caicedo or whatever, and then Mudryk in a 10, Madueke one side, Palmer the other side or whatever. There's no need. Gallagher's not a number 10. You're not going to do anything serious with Conor Gallagher playing as a 10. You're just not. That's not his position. That's not what he is. He's not like a Maddison. He's not like a whatever these guys, these number 10s. So that has to change going forward as well. There's no reason to be starting with that three in midfield at home to fucking Burnley. There just isn't. But
we don't play with an 8 though, so he would have to play as a pivot.
Yeah, he plays as a pivot then instead.
But we've seen what he's like as a pivot.
It's not been it's not been awful. What I'm saying is though, mate, if we're legitimately going to be a serious team going forward, Conor Gallagher can't play as a number 10. I'm sorry, he just can't. Yeah. It's not serious. It isn't serious, and mate, we're not serious as a team right now. Even the manager will come under stick today because ultimately it does lie on him. But I don't know how much he's at fault for today, realistically. And people might think, well, what the fuck are you going on about? But how much at fault realistically today is he? I don't think anyone really had too many issues with the lineup. Right, you could argue should Thiago Silva have played instead of Badiashile. I think Badiashile actually done okay. You could argue, Colin Gallagher maybe shouldn't have started in the 10 or whatever. But can we really blame the manager for too much today? I'm not saying he's blameless, but is that all his fault while we fucked it up? One thing we need to get to the bottom of ASAP is why are we so shit in the second half? First half we were okay, but second half, mate, time and time again, every fucking game we come out and we're dog shit in the second half. Forget how to play. It's almost like we think the job's done or we're being told to drop off or what I don't know what it is, but mate, that shit needs to be studied at some sort of like PhD level, some sort of professor level, because what the fuck's going on with us in the second half of football matches?
Maybe that is the inexperience. I mean, I don't know.
Come on, I'm
not saying.
No, I know, but like, how many times can we go, inexperience? Like, I get it to a degree, but not every fucking week. Like, these guys are like, all right, they're inexperienced. They've played a lot of games of football still.
It's a lack of focus. It's a lack of concentration.
Maybe it's lack of focus, lack of concentration. But why is that happening? Why are we dropping focus? Why are we lacking concentration?
It's worrying, man. I've never seen anything like this.
It is worrying. It's worrying, mate. And defensively, we're just so poor. And that, for me, is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed. Because, as I say, I don't worry too much about going forward because we have got goals in the team. But, I mean, defensively, fuck me, mate. We've regressed from last season defensively. We are shocking at the back, mate. Letting in so many goals. Yeah. And until that changes, mate, we're going to have more days like this and we're going to be dropping more points.
I will say as well, the second goal Burnley scored, Petrovic got his hands to it, man.
Yeah, I think I've seen that back. I think that's a little bit poor from him. But again, it's just a free header in the box, mate. What are we doing? This is just basics of football. And we still aren't doing it, and it's fucking April basically now. You'd think we would have addressed that and ironed it out, but we simply haven't. So more work needs to happen on the training ground, but am I really confident of seeing any improvements? No, I'm not really. Yeah. I don't know where we go from here. We've got Man United on Thursday. They're not great either. Our record against them is fucking shocking. And I'd probably expect them to get a result as things stand right now. It's an absolute shambles, mate.
What do you make of Modric? He had a good run with Ukraine. He obviously scored the winning goal for them. That sent them through to the Euros. And Poch said he looks like he's matured. He looks more confident. How did you take Modric's performance?
I thought it was all right, to be honest, mate. Like, not amazing, but I thought he did quite well. He won the penalty. A few good bits of skill. Looked threatening. Yeah, I thought it was all right, mate, and he should be starting. He needs to continue starting games. He's earned that trust from the manager. He's impressed in limited minutes, and now he deserves a run from the start. So, look, it wasn't. I'm like thinking, oh my god, he was amazing today, but he done well enough, and he done well enough to keep his place in the lineup for Thursday night.
Yeah, and where do you stand with Poch?
Mate, it's so difficult, and I don't want to be one of those who like flip flops like week to week. It's not about that. Like today was really poor, but for me, obviously, you're going to go to the end of the season, and if we qualify for Europe, I think he probably warrants another run at it. Like, if we miss out on Europe altogether, mate, then there's very little grounds to back him for continuing again. So that's kind of where I am. Stick with him next season on the premise that we qualify for Europe. If we don't, then I can't make any case for him staying.